Greetings everyone, my name is Brian Ewald and I'm here at the PRS factory in Maryland having a look at an exciting new instrument in the SE line. This is the PRS SE Hollowbody II Piezo. So the Piezo, referring to the bridge, the acoustic tonality that you can get out of this bridge, the very first time that this has been offered in the PRS lineup in anything but in the core and the private stock line. A lot of people have been asking for an option for this, a more affordable option for a piezo-equipped guitar. Here it is. I'm a huge fan of these instruments. I've been using a Hollowbody and a P245 for many years. So let's go through and talk about the specs of the guitar, how it differs a little bit from the core version of the Hollowbody II. So first, let's have a look at the electronics on the guitar. The two pickups, the magnetic pickups, are 5815S's. 5815s are some of my favorite pickups ever. The bridge itself, this is the PRS patented adjustable stop tail piezo. So these individual saddles are adjustable and each one has its own separate piezo element. Getting down to the controls here, there's a three-way toggle to switch between the bridge and neck pickups. This is a master volume for the magnetic pickups only. This is a master tone for the magnetic pickups. And this is a volume for the piezo element. The way this differs from the core Hollowbody II in the two output mode is the first is a mixed magnetic and piezo output, just as it would be on the core. But the second output on this one is a isolated magnetic output, where on the core instrument it's an isolated piezo. And I'll talk a little bit about functionality of how to hook those up, how they differ a little bit. So the output closest to the strap button is the isolated magnetic output. In other words, the regular electric guitar pickups will go directly to that. There is a battery in the guitar to power the preamp for the piezo elements. Doesn't matter if the battery is in or dead, this will always work and will always pass signal of the magnetic pickups. The other mix output will give you both the piezo sounds and magnetic sounds out of one output if you so desire, and you use these independent volumes to dial in the mix of the two that you like. If you want to send them separately, which I often do, I would plug this one for your acoustic sounds either into an acoustic amp, a powered speaker, straight to a PA, to a DI box, right into your recording software, however you like, to get just the piezo element. And this one through your electric guitar amp or electric guitar rig. So if you have something plugged into both, this will be the magnetic, this will be the acoustic. If you want both sounds with one cable, you plug it into the mix output. Moving on to the rest of the hardware and then the construction elements of the guitar, has the PRS design tuners, it's a bone nut, it is a rosewood fingerboard, 22 frets, the neck is mahogany and the wide fat neck profile. As you can see, it has beautiful abalone, real shell inlays, bird inlays. All of the binding on the guitar, both on the headstock, on the fingerboard, all around the body, and even inside the F-holes is a beautiful natural curly maple binding. The SE Hollowbody II Piezo is a maple, mahogany maple construction where the top and back maple are 5-ply laminate. If you're wondering about the sound difference between a laminate guitar and a fully carved Hollowbody, such as the core Hollowbody II, many of the most sought-after Hollowbody electric guitars have been created on laminate instruments. Instead of me talking about it, let's plug it in and have a listen to this. So first and foremost, let's go through and listen to the 5815S pickups. The 5815S's to me have a beautiful, rich warmth, great vintage tonality, but still a beautiful airy open top end to them. So here's the bridge pickup clean. Super warm still for a bridge pickup to me. The center position. And the neck pickup. So if you're looking for something, obviously with a hollow body and the really round, warm jazz tone, just neck pickup, roll the tone knob back, and it does it wonderfully. From many of my favorite fusion players and some of the greatest session players and rock players over the years, lots of people have played Hollowbody guitars with some gain, so let's kick on a little overdrive and see what this guitar sounds like with that. Now let's check out some of the things we can do with the piezo pickup. All right, for starters, I'm just running a single output cable straight into a clean electric guitar amp. So I will show you what it sounds like getting some acoustic style tones plugged directly into a guitar amp, which is not a full range cabinet, no tweeter. Although it will get very acoustic-like, it won't nearly have the full acoustic effect that you would get running into a full range PA or direct into a recording device or even just a powered speaker acoustic amp. But it still sounds really great. So here is, let's say, the neck pickup with just the magnetic sound. Here is just the piezo pickup by itself. So a very cool and somewhat convincing acoustic sound, even just running into a clean electric guitar amp. It's amazing how much bigger and more wide the dynamic range is when you go into, and frequency range is when you go into like a full PA or acoustic amp. Another thing that you can do with this, and I've heard quite a few people use this to great effect, is blending in a little bit of the piezo to your clean electric guitar tones just to add a little top end. So here again is the neck pickup by itself. Here is both of them all the way on. Or what we can do is do the magnetic neck pickup with just a hair of the piezo just to bring in a little bit of extra top end to it. It gives you this great kind of hybrid, clean electric sound with this other dimension added to it. Okay, now I'm going to play the same little thing, but this time I've split the outputs. I've got the magnetic output going straight into the electric guitar amp, and I've got the mix, which is now just a isolated piezo output, just going straight into the direct input of the recording interface. This is exactly how it was set up on the little tracks that you heard at the front and the back end of this video. So here would now be the electric by itself, and the acoustic sound by itself, just rolling this volume up. Or a blend of both of them together. If you're running them out of a single output into your amp and then you add some gain, think about it, you're going to be adding gain to both the acoustic and electric sound, but splitting them, you can keep the acoustic nice and clean and pure, even if you want to kick on some gain. So here's the acoustic sound. And I can dial in some distorted electric underneath of that. And it can really sound like two different guitars. Whether in the studio or live, it's incredible how many tones you can get out of these instruments, and it's so exciting to finally have an option in the SE lineup. Get out to your preferred PRS dealer to pick one up or check one out for yourself.